Have you ever heard the phrase, "All you need is love"? It sounds romantic, doesn't it? Like love alone can fix every problem, heal every wound, and keep two people together forever. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. Love by itself is not enough. Think about it. How many relationships have you seen where two people genuinely loved each other, yet they couldn't make it work? Maybe they fought constantly. Maybe they misunderstood each other's intentions. Maybe one felt unseen while the other felt unappreciated. The love was real, but so was the pain. That's because love without understanding is like building a house without a foundation. The feelings are strong, but they have nowhere stable to stand. Understanding is what turns love into something lasting. It's the ability to step into your partner's shoes, to listen instead of react, to value their perspective even when it's different from yours. Love makes you want to stay. Understanding makes it possible to stay. Without it, even the deepest affection will eventually crumble. Asterisk, every relationship faces conflict. It doesn't matter how deeply you love someone. Disagreements are inevitable. But what separates couples who grow stronger from those who fall apart is not the presence of love. It's the presence of understanding. When you argue without understanding, fights become about winning. You listen just enough to respond, to defend, to make your point louder. But when you argue with understanding, something shifts. You don't just hear their words, you hear their feelings behind the words. Instead of reacting with "you're wrong," you respond with, "I get why you feel that way." That small shift changes everything. Suddenly, it's not you versus them, it's both of you versus the problem. And here's the beautiful part. Even if the issue isn't solved immediately, your partner feels seen and heard. And often, that's more important than being right. Love can fuel the desire to apologize, but only understanding ensures that apology carries depth and sincerity. Without it, the same arguments keep repeating because the root cause was never acknowledged. So remember this: conflict is not the enemy of love. Misunderstanding is. When you bring understanding into your conflicts, love transforms from a battlefield into a bridge. Asterisk. Love is passion, excitement, and affection, but without emotional safety, love feels fragile. Emotional safety is that deep knowing that you can share your fears, your dreams, and even your flaws without being judged or dismissed. And that's something only understanding can provide. When a partner feels misunderstood, they close up. They start hiding parts of themselves because they fear criticism or rejection. Over time, walls go up, intimacy fades, and even strong love can wither. But when you feel truly understood, those walls come down. You can be yourself, messy, imperfect, vulnerable, and still feel accepted. How do you create this safety? By practicing active listening, by showing empathy even when you disagree, by asking, "Help me understand what you mean." Instead of jumping to assumptions, think of it like this. Love says, "I care about you." Understanding says, "I see you. I hear you. You matter." And it's the second one that makes people feel secure enough to keep giving love back. Without emotional safety, love can feel like walking on eggshells. With it, love feels like home. And home is where hearts stay. Asterisk, no two people are exactly alike. Different backgrounds, beliefs, personalities, and communication styles will always exist in relationships. Love alone doesn't erase these differences, but understanding helps. You navigate them with respect instead of resentment. Imagine one partner values alone time while the other thrives on constant togetherness. Without understanding, this difference leads to conflict. "Why are you always ignoring me?" versus "Why are you so needy?" But with understanding, both can see the truth. One isn't rejecting, and the other isn't clinging. They simply have different needs. This is where compromise grows. Understanding allows you to honor differences without making them threats. It lets you appreciate that your partner's way of expressing love, handling stress, or solving problems may not look like yours, but it's still valid. In fact, differences can make relationships richer if approached with curiosity instead of criticism. Love makes you want to hold each other. Understanding makes you want to learn from each other. When you respect differences, you stop trying to change your partner into a reflection of yourself. Instead, you celebrate the uniqueness they bring, and that's when love deepens, not diminishes. Asterisk, how many times have fights started not because of what was said, but because of what was assumed? Love can't protect you from assumptions, but understanding can. When you don't take the time to clarify. You fill in the blanks with your own fears, insecurities, or biases. For example, if your partner forgets to text, love alone may not stop you from assuming they don't care. But with understanding, you pause and think, maybe they were busy. Let me ask instead of accuse. Understanding thrives on curiosity. Instead of assuming the worst, you ask questions. Instead of interpreting through your own lens, you listen through theirs. This simple shift prevents unnecessary conflicts and strengthens trust. Because every time you choose to understand instead of assume, you show your partner that you value truth over ego. Love gives you the desire to stay connected, but understanding gives you the tools to maintain that connection in reality. When you stop letting assumptions drive the relationship, love has room to breathe freely. Asterisk, every relationship requires forgiveness, not once, but over and over. People make mistakes, say hurtful things, or fall short of expectations. Love may make you want to forgive, but understanding makes forgiveness genuine. Think about it. If you forgive without understanding, resentment lingers. You say the words, "It's fine," but inside, you're still holding onto hurt. But when you truly understand why they acted the way they did, maybe they were under stress. Maybe they misunderstood your needs. Forgiveness becomes easier and more heartfelt. Understanding doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means seeing the full picture. So, your forgiveness is rooted in empathy, not pressure. And that makes reconciliation stronger. In the long run, forgiveness without understanding is fragile. One mistake can reopen old wounds. But forgiveness built on understanding becomes a healing force that binds two hearts closer. Asterisk, at the start of a relationship, love feels effortless. The spark, the chemistry, the butterflies, it's intoxicating. But as time passes, challenges arise, routines set in, and the spark fades if there's no deeper foundation. That foundation is understanding. Love may light the fire, but understanding keeps it burning. It turns infatuation into intimacy, attraction into attachment, and passion into partnership. Understanding is what makes you say, "Even when I don't agree, I still choose you. Even when it's hard, I still see your heart." Couples who last decades aren't just in love. They've mastered the art of understanding. They've learned how to navigate storms without sinking, how to embrace change without drifting apart, and how to keep choosing each other over and over again. Love is the feeling. Understanding is the skill. Together, they make a relationship unshakable